While some visitors may perceive of South Korea as a busy metropolis with problematic borders, this East Asian country is actually a fantastically diversified destination that should not be overlooked. Travel in South Korea can take any form you want it to, whether you're a foodie, a history buff, or you enjoy being outside and hiking. We've compiled this list of the greatest locations to visit in South Korea to demonstrate how interesting and diverse this country can be. We're confident that you will add at least a handful of these locations to your bucket list in no time. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you can keep up to date with all our latest destinations. Number 10. Nami Island. Nami Island's stunning foliage transitions from a spring to an autumn attraction. A small island on the Bukchon River that is wholly run as a theme park is beautiful in both spring and fall, with flowering cherry blossoms and autumn leaf hues. This half-moon-shaped island wasn't always an island. It became isolated after the Cheonpyeon Dam was built in 1944. Although Nami Island is open all year, the gorgeous trees and woodland pathways are at their best during the autumn color shift. Because to its use as a filming location for the popular TV show Winter Sonata, the island is a particularly popular domestic destination. Number 9. Gyeongju. Gyeongju, a stunning seaside city in South Korea, has a superb array of historic South Korean attractions. This ancient capital city of the Silla Kingdom is sometimes referred to as a museum without boundaries, which makes perfect sense once you begin to walk from one significant antique attraction to the next. Bulguksa Temple, a UNESCO-protected Buddhist temple from the 6th century, is perhaps the most well-known attraction here. The Seoul Grotto, with its beautiful Buddha statue, is also located here. Other notable attractions in the city include the Anapji Pond and the Boman Pavilion, the latter of which displays the beauty of Korea in spring with its cherry blossoms. Number 8. Suwon. Suwon is the capital of the Gyeongju province, which borders Seoul, and is famed for its unique Hwasan fortress, which features strong stone walls and stunning archways, making it one of the top sites to visit in Korea. The fortress wall, built by the Joseon dynasty, is a UNESCO World Heritage Monument featuring for pagoda, style gates, gun towers, and observation decks. The Gyeongbokgung Palace is another spectacular edifice on the site. Number 7. Jeju Island. Jeju Island, a stunning volcanic island in the Korea Strait that is best reached via swift or long domestic flight from Seoul, is by far one of the most beautiful sights in Korea. Jeju Island was dubbed one of the new 7 wonders of nature, which should give you a sense of how amazing this place is. The island's landscape is often the major focus of visitors here, with calm beaches, massive cliffs, and magnificent mountains like Halasan, all of which may be explored via walking routes that circle the island. Head to Shamsan Sunrise Mountain, or the seashore at Seokji by Beach and Lighthouse, for breathtaking views of the peak itself. Number 6. Busan. Did you know you can go swimming on the beach in Korea? Busan is the country's second largest city, and its coast is studded with gorgeous beaches and resorts. There's also a lot of culture and history here. Visit the Gyeongmbokgung Temple, as well as the highland settlement of Gyeongju. Gyeongju is a European-style village perched on the cliffs above the sea, similar to Santorini in Korea. Fish enthusiasts should pay a visit to Jeju Market, the country's largest commercial seafood market. A portion of the market is open to the public, and there are numerous little restaurants that can prepare your purchase, so you may eat it right there. It is simple to go to Busan. It takes slightly more than 2 hours by train from Seoul. Number 5. Seoul. The sparkling capital city will impress you, with its dizzying mix of modern architecture, party atmosphere, pop culture, magnificent parks, and gleaming promenades, making it one of South Korea's most famous places and greatest cities to visit. From the majestic Gyeongbokgung Palace to the interesting Bukchon Hanok village, vibrant Seoul is not only a booming urban city, but also rich in history and culture. Seoul is a wonderful city with beautiful palaces, sophisticated food, and stylish boutiques. Visitors to Korea may be astonished to hear that Seoul has a national park, the Gyeongju National Park, where they may hike and enjoy panoramic views of the city. The National Museum and War Memorial take visitors through the country's history, while Gangnam's chic shopping district shows off the city's ritzy side. Number 4. Bukchon Hanok Village. Have you ever observed the traditional houses depicted in Korean historical dramas, and have you ever fantasized of spending 2 or 3 days in such a place? Then you should go to Bukchon Hanok Village. There are hundreds of traditional homes in this village, and the best part is that it is close to the Gyeongbokgung Palace, Changdeokgung Palace, and Gyeongju Shrine. Many Hanoks have cultural centers, guest houses, tea houses, and restaurants, allowing tourists to encounter, learn about, and immerse themselves in traditional Korean culture. Bukchon Hanok Village is a real neighborhood with real people's homes, thus visitors should be respectful at all times when exploring. The Hanok Village will take roughly 3 hours and 30 minutes to tour, and it is closed on Sundays. So make plans to attend between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. on weekdays and Saturdays, and remember that admission is free for all. Number 3. Bulguksa Temple. Bulguksa Temple, one of Korea's true must-see Buddhist temples, is widely regarded as the country's most important. The government has designated it as Historic and Scenic Site number 1. The temple has 7 of the country's national treasures, sacred pagodas, and Buddha sculptures. The temple is located on the slopes of Mount Tahum in Gyeongju, Korea's old capital city. It's a city with so much history that it's been dubbed a museum without walls because of all the historic sites and temples. Gyeongju is roughly 2.5 hours by high-speed train from Seoul. Number 2. Gyeongbokgung Palace. The massive Gyeongbokgung Palace complex, sometimes known as the Northern Palace, has seen some great tumult over the years. It was constructed in 1395 during the Joseon dynasty, which also constructed 5 major palaces around Seoul. The palace has been bombed, destroyed, reconstructed, occupied by the Japanese for the first time in 1592, and eventually repaired in 1990. Gyeonghoru Pavilion and Haeungwon Pond are two of the last remaining genuine Joseon-era constructions. A guided walking tour of the palace compound is available. Inside the grounds, there are two museums worth visiting: the National Palace Museum and the National Folk Museum. Number 1. Changdeokgung Palace. Changdeokgung Palace was usually the favored royal residence among the 5 major palaces established by the Joseon dynasty in the 15th century near Seoul. It was the residence of the king and royal family. The palace is not a single structure, it is a network of structures, each serving a different role. Some are used as lodging, others as libraries, dining rooms, and meeting spaces, among other things. Make time to visit the 78-acre Suwon, or Palace Garden, located behind the palace. It has paths, grassy spaces, pagodas, streams, and lakes. When most people think of Asia, they don't instantly think of South Korea. South Korea is a really unusual country to visit, with something to suit every tourist's tastes. Despite its tiny size, the country is rich in regional and geographical diversity. South Korea offers miles of lovely beaches, surrounded by the sea on 3 sides. Do you prefer to go hiking? Then Korea is the ideal destination for you. Over 70% of South Korea is covered in mountains, so you won't be disappointed by the natural beauty. Thank you for watching.